Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is my second part of going over z-scores. So here we have a few more problems presented to me. Now, let me give you a little heads up before I start. I, again, am going to focus primarily on using the calculator to do these answers. Now, one thing you most likely are going to have to do, guys, is get used to actually tabulating the z-score as well. Okay, and probably reading from a z-table. But again, that's something you need to talk it out with your usual instructor. Okay, but I'm going to give you the correct answers, hopefully, just by relying strictly on calculator use, which again is a skill that you ought to be familiar with anyways. So here we go. Let's start with problem 6 here. Notice they're giving us some z-scores, so we already know we have, again, a normal curve, or approximate normal curve. And they're asking us to find the percent rank. So I'm not going to use inverse norm. I'm actually going to use normal CDF, because normal CDF helps me find the actual percentage, okay? Inverse norm would help me find the value that gives me a given percentage. So hopefully you get that distinguished very soon. But anyways, they want the z-scores below the given z-score given here. So if I'm looking at problem A right here, again in my sketch, hopefully you realize that in the middle z-score is 0, because I'm not anywhere. I'm actually at the mean. I'm not anywhere from the mean, right? So negative 0.47, again, we're just kind of approximating here, but it's probably going to be somewhere about right there. Okay? And if I want to be below that, that means I want everybody that's less than or equal to that value, correct? So therefore, guys, I'm actually going to do normal CDF. And remember, always read from left to right. So I'm going to put in my calculator negative infinity. And I usually use negative 9999, at least 4 or 5 nines, because that's a quick, easy way to do or approximate negative infinity. Okay? And then I'm going to go to, of course, the value negative 0.47. And again, what I'm doing is, if you follow the blue here, I'm starting at negative infinity over here, and I'm going all the way to my negative 0.47 z-score. And that's going to give me its percent rank. Okay? So let's see what that is. As you can see right here on my calculator, I did normal CDF as I told you, and my answer was 0.319. And again, you find normal CDF in your second vars on your graphing calculator, second vars, right? But anyways, so again, it was 0.3919. Let me just make sure, 0.319, okay? So that was my answer. 0.319, which basically means I have approximately a percent rank of around 32%. 31.9 would be a little bit more precise, but my percent rank is 32%. In other words, 32% of the people are equal to that score or less than that score. Okay, let's pick up the pace here a little bit. The next one, I'll use black. Let me do a quick sketch here. And if they're asking for 2.24, again, remember the middle is 0. I'm going to go out 1, 2, and a little bit further. So notice I almost have all of the graph. I guess I shade in. So in other words, they want to know how many people are less than or equal to 2.24 standard. Notice I have, again, almost the whole curve. So we expect a very high percentage, right? So let's see how I tabulated my answer here. Remember, always go from left to right. So if you look right here, follow the green. Let me erase the blue here, get out of the way. If you follow the green right here, guys, notice I went from negative infinity up to 2.24 standard deviations above the mean. And as predicted, I got a very high percentage. 0.987, right? And hopefully you agree that makes sense, because I almost had my whole curve shaded in, right? So 0.987, of course, equates to approximately 99 or 98.7%. 98.7%. You can't see my writing there well enough. Okay? Okay, so let's go on to the next one here. It says here, for the numbers below, find the percent of cases falling above. Falling above. So notice, when I do my quick sketch, guys, again, the middle is 0. The mean is 0, right? Notice 0.24 is just barely above, right? So somewhere barely above. Probably a little bit closer than that. But I want everything at that point and above, right? And remember, I'm always going to go from left to right. So if I want to know what percent I have shaded in blue there, look over here in blue. Do you agree? I'm going to go from that 0.24 up to positive infinity. And again, for positive infinity, guys, I just throw in a bunch of 9s together. 99999, which approximates my positive infinity. And notice my answer is 0.405. So hopefully you agree, you understand that what I have shaded in blue is 0.405, which equates to 40.5% approximately of the people in this data. Okay, pause the video if you need to, guys, just to see what I've done so far. Okay, one more in problem 7. B there, follow the red. So I'm going to do my quick sketch again. Always do that sketch, guys. And notice I want to go above negative 2.07. So remember, if the middle is 0, I'm going to go back 1, 2, and a little bit to below or left of the mean. Right? A little bit past that negative 2 point. So if I use my green here, I'm going to be barely above negative z-score negative 2. And remember, I want everything above. So I want everything that's greater than or equal to that value at negative 2.07, right? So let's see how we would do that on our calculator again. Notice right here, follow the red right here, guys. Right here in red, I did normal CDF. And remember, from left to right, my left boundary is negative 2.07. Up to positive infinity. And notice I got a very large value again, 0.98, right? 0.98. And you can see in my sketch over here, you can see in my sketch right there, guys. I accidentally erased it a little bit. There we go. But let's see here. I'll use purple, okay? You can see in my sketch, doesn't it make sense that 0.98 or basically 98% is my answer, because I almost have the whole curve shaded again, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and do one more problem on this screen, number 8, guys. Again, I'm going to do a quick sketch, and this is going to go a little bit faster because it's easier. Notice they're telling me that the mean is 52, right? Right there. They're telling me the standard deviation. So the standard deviation is 5. And I'm going to go to blue here again. And we know that the score that person got was 45. So if you do your math correctly, you'll notice you're going to go not 1, but a little bit past 1 standard deviation below 52, which is the mean, right? And they want to know what percent rank that is. So remember, like all the other problems, guys, whenever we want a percentage, we're going to use normal CDF. And always read from left to right. So if I want that percent rank, I want everything from negative infinity all the way up to that 45 score. And here is how it's done on the calculator. Down here, notice I went from negative infinity, guys, up to 45. Now notice the slight difference. I didn't have a regular z-score here, did I? So therefore, I had to tell the calculator, hey, the mean is 52 and the standard deviation is 5. Okay? And you'll notice on the other normal CDF calculations, I did not do that. because it was really a z-score, right? It was a normal z standardized score. But if it's not standardized, then I have to use or tell the calculator the mean and standard deviation. Anyways, the answer is 0.0807. So if it's okay, guys, I'll just say it's 0.08, which equates to 8%, right? And another key thing I want to emphasize is what that 8% score really means is 92% of the people did better or equal in score to that patient, right? Because if 8% is a percent rank, that means only 8% did less. Therefore, 92% did more. Okay, guys? Now, I'm going to, even though this video is long, I'm going to try to squeeze in a couple more. So here we go. Let's do 9 and 10 here. So number 9, again, we know it's a normal curve. It's a standardized test. We know the mean is 125. We know the standard deviation right here is 15. Standard deviation 15 right there. We're given a score of 148. We want the percent rank. Well, isn't 148 better than 125? As a matter of fact, if you do your quick math, it's going to be pretty high. It's going to be way up there, right? There's where my 148 score is going to be. And if they want percent rank, that means I want everybody less than or equal to that score, right? I want everything I shaded in blue. Okay, so let's see what that is. Well, as you can see right here, guys, I went from negative infinity up to 148. That was our score given. I told the calculator the mean and standard deviation. Don't forget to do that. And what was our final score? It was 0.937, wasn't it? Okay, so 0.937, which approximates to 93.7%. So this person had 93.7% either less than or equal to him. Okay, and that's his percent rank. All right, let's squeeze in one more. Here's my quick sketch again, guys. This time we're told the mean is 80. We're told the standard deviation is 8. Okay. We know that Pat's score, I'll put in green, was 76, so that's a little bit below, right? Let me put 76 there since I don't have a lot of room. And Chris will be purple. Chris got a score of 94, which is way up here, right? Somewhere up there. Now notice what the question is. They want to know what percent of individuals scored between them. So we want everybody that scored 76 or higher up to 94, right? Because that's where Chris is. That everything I shaded in blue would be between Pat and Chris, right? So let's see how we would do that on our calculator. Okay, let me clean up what I had there before. So notice, guys, I did normal CDF because I'm trying to find a percentage, right? I put in my left boundary because I'm going from 76 to 94. I put in the mean of my curve. I put in the standard deviation. And here is my answer right there, 0.65. So that means 65% of the people scored between 76 and 94 on that exam. So guys, I hope you learned something from this video. I hope it was neat and legible enough for you to understand. Until next time, bye.